Good morning. And we have our last round of dream jobs before the end of the quarter. So what we're looking at today is a group of jobs that you are choosing yet again, one job where you are doing a minimum of one one writing prompt and a quiz. You can always do more than that to get extra credit, and you can always do more than one dream job to get extra credit. Please remember we are approaching the end of the quarter, so please don't sit on these available points. So let's go through what our options are. Our first one up is a veterinary technician. This individual works with all different types of uh, pet and animal breeds to help them with whatever ailments present and try to deal with what all is going on with their health needs. And we have two different writing prompts available that you can choose from. And if you choose to do both, then you get the benefit of extra credit available. Next up, we have that of a professional dancer. This one follows that of a individual that starts off in Greenville, South Carolina, but now this individual works with the Mark Morris Dance Group. It's a professional touring company, so this one is housed in Brooklyn, New York, and essentially this dance group is going to have traveled the world. So one of the things that's unique about this um, dream job is that you have not only two writing prompts that are available to you, but you also have a Power Words activity that you can choose to work on. Next up, we have a construction project manager. And as I saw with many of your um, uh, responses in the types of work activities that you would be interested in doing when you were doing the Edpuzzle activities, that many of you would be interested in either being your own boss or working in management. This is the type of role where you would be working in a management position. Now, this one specifically functions in the concept of working in civil engineering. And so you'd be working as in the idea of being in construction project management and overseeing major projects. This one is focusing in the area of Washington, D.C. Now, this assignment has lots of particular activities that can be focused on with 3 writing prompts as well as a Power Words activity. Our next dream job is that of an art therapist, using the idea of connecting with children and teens through an alternative method of not just straight talk therapy, but using the means and methods of creative works to allow children to express themselves. This activity has 2 different writing prompts as well as a Power Words activity. Next up, we look at the option for a dream job in the intelligence community again, but this time in the US with an FBI special agent. So essentially looking at law enforcement with the Federal Bureau of Investigation and talking about what it's like to deal with the more gruesome side of investigative work and what it would be like to uh, work in that field day in, day out, and what's what's a day in the life of being an FBI agent. And there are two writing responses for you to choose from with this profile. Next dream job is that of a doctor and researcher. For many medical workers, research is a huge portion of their field. And so, with this particular one, the focus is a doctor from New Orleans, Louisiana, um, and his focus is in child and adolescent psychiatry. Um, and basically, essentially, he's really interested in what's going to be beneficial to his community and what can be helpful to the youth in essentially improving mood and behavior disorders in minority communities. So there are two uh, writing prompts that go with this one. Next up is a meteorologist. The meteorologist that's featured here is essentially down in Jackson, Mississippi. He works for the National Weather Service, and essentially the idea here is getting some background as to what it takes to become a meteorologist and what meteorologists do. And there are three different writing prompts that go along with this activity. And lastly, we have the dream job of what is referred to by the article as a food rescuer. These would be individuals that maintain and uh, ensure the survival of food banks. So, this is something that has really enabled a lot of individuals to keep going in these really stressful times, like right now during the pandemic. So that is our last profile for today, and you may choose any one of these, or you can choose more than one for this analysis. Remember, if you finish this assignment, refer back to the Jamboard or your classwork page. Anything that is under the tab of planning for your future, mindfulness, or Newsela are active assignments. Nothing from the archive of the first quarter will earn you any points.